Is that not enough? You need more than a head nod?
Yeah, I do.
What do you need more than a head nod for, buddy?
What is it you wanted to ask me?
What do you think that moving here has been best for me?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Nothing.
You couldn't come up. I gave you this question about 20 minutes ago. I told you to wait to answer, and I wasn't going to tell you till we started the podcast. You still haven't come up with anything? What do I do less of since I moved here?
Napping?
That, yeah, but that's not the answer. Health-wise, it's whatever.
Eating fast food?
No.
I don't know.
Close. That's warmer.
Eating out in general?
No.
I have no idea.
Drinking less milk.
Oh, that's just because we don't have it.
Exactly. Well, I haven't been buying it.
That's what you think the best thing about you living here is?
You know how bad milk is for you?
How often do you drink it?
I would drink a gallon of milk in like 3 days.
Why?
Every 3 days, just a new gallon.
Why do you like it that much?
So delicious.
I mean, that's fine.
It's like vanilla ice cream, but it's in liquid drinking form.
That's fucking weird.
What do you mean? They don't call it fucking God's semen for nothing.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that.
Yeah. Speaking of semen.
Yeah.
Transition. Before you could come.
Why did you do that?
Because I was thinking of Anthony Fantano.
Okay.
Before you could come, can you remember
sure.
back that far?
There was never a time that I got into a situation where I had to come and I didn't have to. or I couldn't bring it up.
You were forced to come. You were at the age of 6. You weren't forced to come. You didn't have everybody standing around you going, "Come right now, or else
I can't.
Or else I blow your fucking mom's brains out."
No, that's never happened.
You've never had that?
Well, when that did happen to me, I could come.
And that was at the age of 4.5. Before you could come, though, what was because coming is the best feeling in the world, right? No?
No.
Sinking a 3-point basket
Yeah.
in a homer. You're forgetting about those, huh?
No, when you're really hungry.
Okay.
And then you eat the food you want.
Oh, I thought you were going to say eat your cum.
No.
What the fuck? Why are we talking about cum? So, before you could come, though, what was your sense of, what was your, ecstasy?
Before I could come?
Yeah.
The thing I just said.
Well,
just being food? Really hungry and then eating food.
That's what it was?
Yeah, that's the best.
That gave you the same exact feeling as coming?
Yeah, I mean, if you come as often as me, you guys, it gets a little.
At some point, coming is just whatever, huh?
Yeah.
Remember the first couple times that you creamed and you were just like, "Oh, bloody hell, I just fucking creamed," and it is that great feeling coming out of you, and now it's just yeah, whatever. I just came. I had when I come now, it's because I had to come. I just at some point my balls just start weighing me down, and I'm like, okay, I have to fucking come.
The first, you know this, the first time for me, I wasn't really certain what it was about.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch porn like that to know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And when it came out, I was like, oh no, I have to pee right now.
Well, one of your friends was like, hey, we need a semen sample from you right now.
Yeah.
Get in the bathroom and get us some semen. And you just hear you going, ow, ow.
Yeah, I think that's a South Park
That's
episode,
Butters.
You know.
Wait. Before coming, the best feeling to me was going over hills in a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the number one thing that I can equate it to. It was I remember
Is he coming right now? He's just going over hills.
I used to remember being I can't wait to go up north again because we're going to go over those fucking hills. I'm going to have that sense of tingly feeling in my tummy.
Imagine describing coming to somebody. Have you ever just gone up and down hills? It's kind of like that.
Have you ever been in a car going about 60 miles per hour and you go over a hill and then your stomach feels funny, but it feels good?
Yeah.
That's what coming is. If somebody would have told me that, I would have been like, hold on, don't even finish your sentence. I gotta go come. Because that shit's great. You don't like that shit?
When I first heard of the term
going over hills,
coming, I didn't know what they were talking about. They were like, to come. And I said, what do you mean, like, come over where? Like, I just didn't get it. It didn't, like, the concept
where
didn't.
Where are we going?
Like, it didn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Did that happen to you?
No.
I didn't know that it was a noun and also a verb.
I think that I learned about...
Or is that a preposition? Is to come by a preposition?
The thing is, I don't think that it was talked about. So, like, I found out about it in elementary school, like 5th grade, 4th grade.
Okay. No, I just don't know if I keep breathing into the mic.
Yeah, you are. But you can just not breathe. But I found out in like 4th or 5th grade, and I think it was described to me as, I never, like, they didn't talk about coming. They called it finishing, and they were like jacking off. Yeah. They kept on calling it jacking off.
See, I never got those terms.
See, I was like...
The first time I had heard it was to come.
I guess I can't remember, like, thinking back how I knew what jacking off was. But I remember the first time that I jerked off. I remember even the porn that I jerked off to almost.
I was pretty certain that we were going to talk about Spectrum first. I didn't think our first 10 minutes are going to be on this. We haven't talked about masturbating for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's why I figured.
Might as well get one for us.
Yeah, this one's for us. But no, the first porn that I watched was on Newgrounds, and it was one of those, like, you know how, like, it was actually like a furry thing. Yeah. But to me, it wasn't like furry thing. It was just like an animated naked people.
No, right at the time, it was just something that got my dick hard.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just seeing some pussy and fucking titties.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at that stuff before I would masturbate because I didn't know how. Mm-hmm. And then I've said it a million times, I didn't know you were supposed to go north to south. I was going east to west the whole time because I thought that felt better. Okay. And then one day I just kept like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah, you've heard Chris DiStefano's way that he jerks off, right?
It's like this?
No, he like puts his hands together like it's a vagina. Yeah. And then he like fucks it. And he like pushes his like shaft down towards his belly.
That's pretty cool.
And he just like rubs it like
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I have.
He talks about it in almost every single podcast.
Yeah.
That he's on. Except for obviously his podcast. But when he guest stars, he always talks about how he jerks off.
Do you have any topics that have come to mind lately?
The jerk off thing.
Okay, cool. I'm glad
I got one.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to preface this because I know what you think my answer is. Yeah. Because of what we were talking about prior to the podcast. Mm-hmm. It's not a person. Who do you fucking hate the most right now?
Oh my God, fucking Brandon.
Me too. No. Me and you, I think, hate this.
It's not a person?
No. It's a conglomerate.
Oh, you're talking about Spectrum.
Yeah. Now
okay, that's what I thought our first topic was going to be.
I fucking hate them so much.
Can I tell you my conspiracy?
Okay.
Well, I think I've already told you this, but I really just I'm of the opinion that no matter what service you buy, you can buy, if you go through Spectrum, you can buy their tier 1 internet, like the highest megabytes down you get, mm-hmm. or the lowest. You're going to get generally the same type of service and treatment where day one, they'll give you your maximum speed.
And you're feeling good.
And then they'll throttle you until you keep complaining and complain and complain until they finally... And honestly, we complained constantly and we never got our speeds back.
Yeah, so like the issue wasn't really speeds for a while even for us.
No, it was like constantly...
Micro DCs.
Yeah, it kept like flickering in and out, like where you'll be connected to the internet and it'll just say like... At least on my phone, it'll say no internet connection or... You'll be streaming and then your stream will just cut, I'm guessing.
It's not even cut. It's because it's so quick. It like makes my chat stop showing up.
Oh, weird.
So I had to like refresh. I couldn't watch streams. Same issue where the chat would just like freeze up or it would just want to refresh, which I don't know if this is true, but switching the router actually did fix that. For the day,
And then it started doing it again.
No, they throttled us.
Did they?
Because when I installed the router, it was like 400 down.
Yeah.
380, 370, something like that.
Oh, so it did.
It was what it was. And it like was perfect. I still to this day don't have that same issue. I don't have the issue of watching a stream and it cuts out on me.
Oh, okay.
That's not the issue anymore. Now, I don't know if they know that we swapped our router to a better one, but now we're throttled to the point where it's like just like.
And you know, I've heard before where I've switched the router on them, and then being like, "Yo, like our service suck," and they go, "Well, are you using our router?" And then you go, "No," and they go, "That's your issue."
Really?
I've heard that. Like I've gotten that answer before when I'm back at my house.
See, that's so stupid because like the router that they gave us was the issue. It was causing
and
the
it cost us like $10 a month extra.
Yeah, it's like.
So, one, I will take the fall for like the bad internet. I should have checked that to see we got AT&T fiber in the area, which every single place I've ever been at, my initial home, when I moved into my girlfriend's place, it didn't really matter because I didn't have a say. I've never been able to get fiber.
Wait, we're getting fiber?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
I told you that.
No, you just told me that we're getting like 1,000 down or whatever.
For the same price because we have fiber.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't say that. You didn't specify that.
Oh, yeah. So now we have fiber internet.
Yeah, you were just like, yeah, they offer us 1,000 megabytes down.
For the same price.
For the same exact price.
Yeah,
and we don't even get offered that.
And because they own HBO, 18. So we now have we already had HBO Max, but now we have double HBO Max.
Hell yeah. Fucking.
So now we're getting that installed October 31st. And I called to cancel Spectrum or disconnect. That's what it's the technical term. That's like on our resume is we're getting a disconnect. Ever since then, they have throttled us significantly. I mean, we're not getting the micro DCs anymore, but our internet has been throttled all the way down. We are paying for 400.
When did you cancel it?
Yes, with you Saturday.
Okay, then they throttled us down then, but the internet was still shitty Saturday morning.
I mean, it's
like
just
very, very bad.
Yeah.
Like
so, it's like every time when I've had it in my parents' house, trash. When I was at my place with Jackson, my other roommate, he had AT&T from the get-go, but there was not fiber there, so he was paying for their standard service or their lowest service, and we weren't even getting more than like 10 megabytes down. So I'd switch to Spectrum.
10 down?
Yeah, 10 down. So I switched to Spectrum.
I don't even think that's possible.
That's what we were getting. Because he paid for the lowest, and then also he never complained and just like dealt with it. It would take me, if I was to download a YouTube video that was like...
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that was right as you moved it.
When I was to download like a 500 megabyte movie, or like whatever, not even like a gig.
Yes.
It would take me the whole night, and then I wouldn't be able to like... It wouldn't even work.
That sucks.
So I canceled it, got Spectrum, and then like... shoddy internet all the time. It was like spotted, like the DC is like crazy.
I guess I forgot because I had the same issue with my parents when we moved near the airport. They just like constantly had this issue, and then they finally were like.
The only time that I haven't had a problem with Spectrum is when I moved into my girlfriend's place, which was an apartment complex. And my theory is because there's so many people within the apartment complex, they don't have the power to throttle the internet the same way where like you get the micro DCs. It's like they have to pump in a fuck ton of shit in there so everybody can just have like a consistent stream, or otherwise it's just like they're fucked. When it's like home to home, that's when they can like really cut the like,
I fucking hate
cut
Spectrum.
the bricks. I know it's
I
fucking,
hate them. Like they
make you do these fucking conspiracies because you can't figure out what the fuck is wrong with their internet.
My goal now is to get blocked by one of the Spectrum accounts on Twitter.
Yeah, just keep saying they're dog shit.
Not only dog shit, I'm going to like tell them that they're stinky. Like every single day.
Yeah.
It's my fucking goal now.
And I'm just going to talk. Make different accounts.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Sorry. Just jokes.
Yeah, just jokes.
But on the other accounts, they're not jokes.
I'm going to actually just like talk shit to them every single day on my Twitter until I get blocked because it's fueling. I'm raging more than this fucking fire right now.
I know.
Dude, I am fucking. You just lit a flame under because like I remembered how much I fucking hate them because like they did this like thing where like.
We are lucky that we're in a neighborhood where they actually have competition because it's like
See,
ISPs, internet service providers, are the fucking worst. They're one of the worst
like
fucking
insurance.
things in America.
They're like insurance.
Because depending on where you live, you either have fantastic internet. You can get something like Google Fiber, which they just like. If you live in like Kansas City,
Yes.
you can just have Google Fiber and you just get blasted internet like fucking crazy.
Yes.
And it's perfect. And also because of that,
Did you not even look into AT&T?
initially,
Yeah.
I didn't even, because of my bad experience at Jackson's with like the 1 megabyte down.
Yeah.
I was like, Spectrum all the way. I didn't even think that we could possibly get fiber.
See, and I don't remember which way it was because I had an issue. I had to swap both times when I moved into my parents where they lived, the duplex. When I moved there, we had an issue, and we had like. Here's the thing: I don't know how my dad does it because like he calls and complains about things, but
And gets them fixed. And I call him and complain and nothing happens.
yes, and he gets. You know what?
I mean, the guy came in too.
And it was like
A guy came in and did nothing. Like I don't know what he changed.
it was so stupid.
He was here for 20 minutes. He took off a splitter on because essentially the guy before us
I've seen that before too. It's always the splitter.
they're
It's
like
bullshit.
and they go that should fix it. It's like the splitter's splitting it into nothing. It's not going in and I don't know what, but fuck it. So he says should be good, and then he unplugs. They say that they reset our router, which essentially is unplugging the router and plugging it back in, and then they go you're good to go. I'm like, oh okay, cool. Thanks. I could have fucking done that.
So like working on garage doors, I do the same. Like if there's nothing wrong with it,
He came
I'll just
in
say,
like
I
he also
reset the
came in
motor.
headphones talking on the phone like the whole time, which is like it's clearly just a routine to him. I get it. Like I also just talk on the phone when doing my job because it's like it's easy. What's upsetting is like
Just tell me that you're throttling me then.
yeah, just say like it's fine.
Just like while you're fucking me in the ass,
I'm not-
let me know that I'm like if you got this fucking cock that's going into my fucking asshole, let me know.
So at least I can be like, all right, let me do it.
All right,
Let me do it
Let me
myself.
spit on that shit first before you just fuck me for a month straight. Like
So,
it's so stupid.
ISPs suck because if you're in a perfect Kansas City, you can just have Google Fiber, perfect, no problem.
Yep.
And then like you'll get blasted internet. You can choose that, and then also now AT&T and maybe Charter or Spectrum or whatever. And fucking what's the other Comcast? Those are the other ISPs. You might not have any of them or whatever. It's like it's pick and choose. You might have one. You might have three. You might have some. Usually, most places only have one. So if you have like Comcast, you just have to deal with what they give you. They have no competition, so you're not forced to like. You're forced to take them, and they're not forced to change. So they can just fuck you.
Yeah.
But when Google Fiber comes in, now they have competition. Now they go, all of a
we
sudden,
can offer you this.
all of a sudden they can offer. They always could, but they just choose not to because they never had to.
See,
We actually got lucky where
I don't know which house it was at, either Neil's or my parents, which I keep on trying to get to. But one of them was like, well, like if you guys just don't fix this, like we're going to just swap like to AT&T.
Yeah.
And like they had like similar service, like they provided the same shit wherever it was, and the like same exact fucking moment that we say that, they're like, no, we'll get this handled, it's fine. Never got fucking throttled once again in our entire fucking time being there.
I didn't even let them get the. They didn't even let them get the chance.
I didn't even give them a chance. Wouldn't let them get the chance.
No, I was just like,
Stupid.
I'm disconnecting. AT&T's coming this day. We're done. It's over. And they said, yeah, no problem. You have 20 megabytes down for the rest of your time here.
Yeah.
Enjoy that for the next 2 weeks.
And I just tweeted, thank you for not bringing up that I was on my phone, but I was currently using my phone to tweet at them. Just a daily reminder, Spectrum fucking sucks really bad.
yeah, I mean, it's terrible.
And I'm going to do it every single day
So, yeah, I
for
think
the rest of my life.
it must have been your brother's place because you've never complained about your internet there.
There was a time,
I'm sure there was, but towards the end, you haven't.
I forgot who my brother has. I'll have to ask him. But there was a time where it was like stupid. Like we kept on having issues. Had somebody come out. They didn't fix anything. They did the splitter thing. They finally go outside, and it was like actually like a split in the wiring. Like the wiring outside was fucked. And then they fixed that and never had an issue again.
Yeah.
It was fine internet. When I first moved in here too, I was like, the internet here is better technically. Like by comparison, the download and upload are significantly better than at my brother's. And I was like, maybe my computer's just getting fucked. Like,
No,
maybe it's
because
getting
like
old.
you checked our phone.
Yeah.
I'm on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
like
I know
plugged straight
now.
into the router. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, I know now. And like I tried streaming. I was like, oh, I woke up pumped because on Saturday I woke up early, like fucking 9 o'clock, made some breakfast, made coffee right after breakfast. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do, because like I like to do this on weekends. I'd prefer to do it more often. Is like early morning coffee streams where I just do like something chill and like fucking had my coffee, was playing, had a banger of a game on Italy, popping off, just highlight after highlight. I'm fucking throwing my dick.
And the stream's been DC'd for 25 minutes.
Literally. Yeah. Like Trillbill came into chat and I sent him question marks because he like typed twice and then didn't say anything. And I was like even asking him. He was like, yeah, it was just like refreshing for like 45 seconds. I had no idea, so I just left.
So I guess they were. I keep saying Spectrum, but they were Time Warner Cable before that. It almost makes me go like, for a second, the name brand change makes me go, maybe Spectrum was better. Oh, it's same shit, same dog shit.
You know what? They're always the people at Walmart's and shit, right? And Targets, like trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit them all in the dick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whenever I see them, I'm going to bully them like I did to the kids in high school.
Yeah, those people selling you they don't contribute to the issue at all, but fuck them.
I mean,
Let's
they do.
Them.
They're
getting paid.
They're creating this demand for something that's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
That's like somebody like trying to sell me fucking, I don't know, something stupid.
But yeah, your comparison to the insurance company is like a great.
Yes.
It's like it's not exactly the same because they technically have competition between themselves, but like
they get scams.
You're just forced to like take these terrible services on, and they just profit so much, and they don't have to change essentially
ever.
With like the fact that
why do they have to too? Because they're making so much.
It's by law you have to have like car insurance to drive a car.
Yeah.
Or at least in Wisconsin you do, or probably everywhere. I don't. So. If you have to have it, they have no incentive to change except by like competition between themselves.
And like, what are you going to do? Not have internet? Nobody just doesn't have internet.
No,
anymore.
I know. I mean, internet should be like a fucking. It should be like a phone. And it should just be a utility at this point, but it's not.
If we ever have issues again, though, bring up like the fact that it's affecting a business.
It is a
because technically we stream, like I stream and we do the podcast.
Yeah.
So let them know like it's affecting a business. I guess that like helps.
Okay.
Like significantly, because like, I mean that's like a source of income that I'm just not getting because of that, which is such bullshit. Because like you kind of brought it up. I don't even think that you brought it up in this fucking segment yet, but we've talked about this before. They also get away with it because me and you are anomalies because we use the internet 24/7 nonstop. But somebody like your dad or mom,
like a boomer couple.
Yeah, they're fucking like they're using it to watch YouTube videos.
As long as their Netflix is like fine, they can just get away with throttling people and just doing whatever. We like you and I will check the internet speed every single day.
Literally.
And I will complain every fucking day until it like gets fixed, or like we changed the service in a month. We've been here for not even a full 30 days and we've already canceled our service.
I contemplated fucking like literally farting through the Ethernet just to like fuck my
I hope you get fucking pink eye, you fucking bitches.
Yeah, fuck this. Take this. I shoved the Ethernet on my butthole and I farted. Cause fuck them, dude. I hate them so much.
I know.
Like I said, if you see one,
it's cathartic to like complain about them though.
Yeah,
it is nice to just like let it all out. Yeah, they're just like the fucking worst. I can't undersell how much I dislike Time Warner Cable. My entire life, it's ever since I've had a computer, I've had issues with them.
Yes.
I've never been satisfied with them except at my girlfriend's place, which my theory is because we were in an apartment complex.
What did you have for like your TV provider?
Time Warner Cable.
Was
Spectrum the entire time. I've never not had them.
Really?
Yeah. Except for this is my first time I've like made a choice to have AT&T.
Really?
Yes.
So we were DirecTV for a long time.
Yeah. Never had DirecTV.
I don't know what we were at the end of when my parents owned a house. I don't know what we were at the end of that. I can't even remember.
And I honestly bet like, I remember what I was gonna say. I mean it's a joke that internet isn't considered a utility by the government already. It's like terrible. Phone lines are like telephone. That is like by law is considered a utility.
Yeah.
So that means companies legally cannot force any American to pay more to any person. To like, everybody pays the exact same price for phone lines no matter what.
So like you can't really.
So this is what's crazy. Let's say you live in bumfuck nowhere in Alaska, right? Nobody lives around you 100 miles in every direction. If you want a phone line, by law, the telephone companies have to install that line free of charge to you, and they have to charge you $20 a month, the same as everybody else.
Really?
Yes.
That's sick.
So that's how phone lines work. That's how internet should work as well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
yeah,
it's more important.
It's way more important. It's way more important than anything else.
Yes,
that's how internet should be, and it's fucking crazy that it isn't yet.
Does anybody fight for that shit in Congress?
Yeah, but then just
Andrew Yang, right? I bet you Andrew Yang's for
usually.
that type
I
of
mean,
shit.
it's like, dude, I'm not trying to get like super political, but usually like conservatives fight it down because they're usually in favor of businesses. Like,
yes,
which obviously. Like
they're cocks.
I'm not trying to like.
That's their nickname, right?
Yeah, no, the liberals are the cucks.
Are they?
Yeah,
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, you liberal cuck.
No, I think that
conservative cuck. I mean, it's
libtards.
Libtards and conservative cucks. Is that what I don't know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that conservatives are because like they're big business owners that like their wives.
But generally,
their wives getting fucked by big black dudes.
Generally, conservatives
like,
don't
Have you ever met a conservative that doesn't love his wife getting plowed by a big black dude?
I've never once.
Exactly.
Speaking of conservative hate, I was watching TikTok today for about hours.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
And I came across this man, and I watched like 5 or 6 videos, and like his series is titled "Why White People Should Shut the Fuck Up." Yeah,
this is a series I can get behind,
and it isn't. I think he said why white men should shut the fuck up. I think, and it doesn't really dive into what specifically white people do that are like cringy and annoying. It's just about how much he hates Chris Pratt.
Did you know that that's a big thing lately? Yeah. Is people hate because he's
because he's a conservative.
No, it's not even that. He's part of some church, I think. Like,
his church is like also
it's like
against,
one of those
against homosexuals and shit like that. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
So he goes, and it's like a 7-part series. It's like why white men should shut the fuck up, but it's only about Chris Pratt.
I gotta watch that. Yeah, I like that.
And his points are that his church is bad, but generally it's like look at who he's following. It's all like law enforcement people and also Ben Shapiro. So fuck him. And it's like I get people's political like leanings and like, but
you've heard the Ben Shapiro self roast before, right? Where he tried to like defend the.
You know what I have heard is not heard, but Ben Shapiro has a hot ass sister. Nudes leaked everywhere.
Okay, I gotta look that up.
You had to bookmark that for later.
Got it. That's one thing I won't forget.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro made a comment along the lines of that if a woman gets like wet pussy, that's a disease and there's something wrong with that girl.
That's what Ben Shapiro said?
Yeah, pretty much inferring that every woman that he's been with
he's never had a wet
it's just always been trying.
Is that what he said? Is that a verbatim quote?
Yes.
Hey, shout out to Ben.
It was something very along those lines. Yeah, it was him. I was going to say it's either him or his wife, but he was like, it was him, and he talked about his wife, she doesn't have that issue, and it's like, oh, so your wife just doesn't get wet for you? She never gets turned on.
God, and Andrew Schultz was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was like, man, that Ben Shapiro reminds me of like an autistic Quincy Adams, which is like it. Or autistic John Quincy. It's like one of the first fucking presidents who cared a lot about the free market of the economy. And I was like, God damn it, that made me laugh so hard. I don't remember what president it was, but I was like, yeah, that's like just like a deep American history cut.
That's good.
I like when comedians make old or historical references to people. Conan O'Brien does it a lot.
Yeah,
because he loves history.
Yeah,
and it's
a lot of comedians love history.
I like history, but it is really funny when they just like pull out these. Because I don't have that same ability, and I always like when people can do it.
I think that I could do that like fairly often, but it's like one of those
Bill
things.
Hader has that ability too.
Where those things like. I've made those jokes before where it's like about history or like some deep cut, and nobody gets it, and it's the worst feeling in the world because then you're like, no, but it's like funny. Because,
no, I mean if you look up in
because
the history
Napoleon like made the same mistake, you know, when they
up,
invaded Russia and stuff, and then it's like, well, now that you had to explain it, it's like it sucks.
I had a nice like little bomb joke. One. What's great about making a joke and not landing is one, if people get that you're trying to tell a joke, they go like, haha, you suck, right? One thing is if you say something and they don't even know that you're joking, they go, what are you talking about? They make you feel like an idiot. Yeah. That is like...
See, that doesn't always make me feel like an idiot. It does if there's an because I'm fine with having that happen to me. If like you're nearby or like somebody that like actually understands any type of humor, then I'm just like, okay, fine. But like half the times it's just like fucking dumb white bitches.
I think I just had a bad timing on this one where like, I said it way after like the moment I should have said. So it was like connected to nothing. Okay. It was essentially just me saying the thing. And then somebody was like, are you just saying random words? Like it had no connection to like what we were talking about at that point. Yeah. Another thing happened to me today. I usually only interact with freaks.
I do have something to go on the comedians, by the way.
Yeah, right, yeah.
A quick touch.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Did you watch Bill Burr's SNL?
I watched his monologue, and I watched some of the...
Did you see how angry people were about the monologue?
I saw people talking about how angry people were. I didn't actually see anybody angry.
And a lot of people were very angry on Twitter.
About what? Saying he's glad that COVID can finally take, like... He's been talking about how we need the population to go down for plenty of times, and COVID finally did it.
Yeah, it's so odd to me because this happens every time that he drops a special, drops like a 10-minute, like a quick 5, anything. Like, if he just drops some bits, there's some sort of fucking white woman outraged or some sort of, like, LGBTQ member fucking pissed. Like, oh, that's what it was. It was trans people were very... Because he made the joke of pretty much like... Yeah, you... Like, why do we give black people February? Like, it's cold, it sucks, it's a terrible month.
Yeah, wouldn't you want...
But then gay people get the whole month of June? Yeah. You guys haven't even been enslaved, which is a good joke. Like, it's funny.
It's the shortest month. Yeah. Might as well, like, make them back to back. Yes. Gay black guys would love it. You know, just like 2 months of celebration. Yeah. Right. That was a joke because I thought it was good. Who didn't? Who didn't thought it was
LGBTQ members? Because he made the joke of
that they weren't enslaved.
Yeah, they weren't enslaved and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, what the fucking whatever.
So dumb.
You know, like who doesn't like at the end of the day, right? Everybody, not everybody, but like people are oppressed. That is, I'm certain. Everybody knows, right? Women get oppressed. Gay people get oppressed. Trans people get oppressed.
Every person that has Spectrum as their provider.
Everybody who has Spectrum as their provider is oppressed. Yes. But like...
we deserve a month.
We deserve... Hey, fuck it. I mean, if black people are switching off for February, maybe we can sneak in.
I think that we could take February.
But at the end of the day, why does anybody try to argue against, like... We all know who get oppressed the most in America. There's one group of people. It's black people, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Who gets oppressed more than white people?
Maybe Native Americans in America.
No, well we've killed most of them, right? There's like nobody brings it up enough. Yeah, you're right. Technically,
people don't bring up enough.
You're right. Yeah, technically, we completely took Native American land. We just don't talk about it
in the most fucked up ways too. Like, I mean, we did everything in pretty fucked up ways.
Yeah, we give them casinos. Called even.
Yeah. Yeah, their reparations are fine. Yeah. But it's like we like gave them like diseases.
We're not talking about that right now. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. We'll push it to the side like America does.
Yeah. We'll come back to the Native Americans. Yeah. We didn't forget about you. Yeah,
and like you guys got casinos.
You know what the best part about it is? Okay, yes, bringing up black people were oppressed. I feel
Yeah, that's why he's making the joke. It's just essentially saying like,
Yeah.
we know what this is.
Yeah, it's just white women trying to get their toes and things again.
Yeah, exactly.
But so like, even black people have like, even though it's the worst month of February.
Yeah.
Like they gave them that. Like,
and
Native Americans were like, "Hey, you guys fucked us. You guys stole our land, murdered us, killed our entire livestock." Like, just went about it.
Destroyed our culture completely.
Destroyed our culture. All this. You still to this day make fun of our culture.
Yeah.
By calling us Redskins.
Yeah.
And like naming a football team after it.
I mean, the constant Louis C.K. joke.
No.
He was like, this is how like arrogant and like crazy Americans are. Mm-hmm. We came to America. Mm-hmm. And we knew like immediately that they weren't Indians. We're like, this is India, right? Yeah. They're like, no, not at all.
Yep, we're Americans.
you guys aren't Indians? No, definitely not at all. Nah, you're Indians. And we just kept calling them that forever.
And it's like, I remember as a kid calling them Indians. That was just fine.
Yeah.
But like, no, that's not like. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not bad.
Do you miss the Redskins?
I hate that they're the Washington football team. It's the worst fucking name.
I kind of like the Washington football team as a name.
And they suck really big cock and balls.
Well, yeah, but that's just the team.
But back to that. It's like, not only could we not give them like a month or anything, they were like, hey, like, you know, maybe no month, but can we get like a day? Can you guys stop celebrating the person that came here, gave us a bunch of diseases and stole our land? Can you like not do that?
No.
Like, and can we have that? And they were like, you fucking fuckers. Who do you guys think you are? That's our day.
You can't have fucking everything.
You guys can't have everything.
God damn.
What next? You guys want? All
right, fine. We will take away one of the days out of February, and we'll give you that day. You get that day.
You can have February 29th on leap years.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Every 4 years, Native Americans can have one day.
Thank you.
February 29th.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. What's wrong with that?
It is so funny though, because this was, and it'd be fine, right, if this shit happened like 20 years ago. But this was like 3 years ago that we got rid of Columbus Day. It's still not even fully gone.
It's gone?
People call it, no, it's national, they're still fighting for it to this day.
Is it called Indigenous People Day now?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm still fighting for Chris. Yeah. I'm out here fighting for my boy.
God, what? Yo, shock my boy Chris. Conqueror.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, you know how much alliteration is in that too? Chris the Conqueror.
Yeah, Columbus. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
That'd be dope.
He deserves a day.
But yeah,
don't you like
that? Is very goofy. That
I mean, it is weird for forever that we just thought that Christopher Columbus came in open arms with a turkey. They gave us gourds, and we just lived happily with the Native Americans. That's what we were taught, right? You might. What's the fruit of the loom thing with all the fruits in it, like the gourd?
Oh, the concoct.
Oh yeah. You nailed it.
Concord.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that's what I just thought, that like everybody ate that together.
Yeah,
had some cornbread and we're good to go.
They'd weave baskets together. You know, the Native Americans showed them how to like.
But no, I guess he was raping all the girls at the same time.
Yeah, and giving like, what was it, SARS or whatever he gave to everybody.
SARS? No, that's COVID.
Huh?
SARS is COVID.
No, we did give SARS.
No, we gave him measles.
That's what it is.
We gave him measles.
We gave like SARS to like the Chinese, I think. There was a whole
all of the immunities that the dirty Europeans had, because they were dirty. That's why they had immunities. Do you know that? Because of their close knit communities, like Europe as a whole, their cities are dense, and farm animals,
and their brains are dense too. Fuck you, EU fucks.
And farm animals lived throughout the societies like all in dense populations, so you had to deal with the feces. And that made people and death.
Bring out your dad.
Everything was just so condensed, and people would just get sick. and like Black Plague and all this and like all of these things that ravish them made them stronger, because then, you know, you killed off all the weak and then you just left with all these people that are immune to everything. And then you have like beautiful America that isn't touched at all, and like you're free to roam the land. And everybody, I mean, I'm sure the Native Americans all fought like.
So we did them a favor. We made them stronger.
I don't say. I mean, we didn't do anything, but yeah,
Yeah.
you and I did not. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we essentially.
When did your family migrate over to America? Do you know?
I mean, my grandpa is from Puerto Rico. I don't know how deep his lineage goes in Puerto Rico, so I don't know.
Did you know that my mother is the only person in her family that wasn't born in Scotland?
And then my other grandpa, he's first generation Milwaukee, maybe second generation. So I don't know how deep he goes. I really don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know my father's side too well. I know that they're from Germany.
Yeah.
I want to say like that's like a long time ago though. But my mom, her brother and sister were like born in Scotland.
I don't know why Puerto Rico speaks Spanish. I don't know if that's like the Spain came over and conquered.
Spain conquered them.
That's probably why.
Spain for the conquered a lot of places.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
They had a very good navy. That is dope to think about though. Like if you like how many places like Canada, very French. Because the French.
Right.
It's like it's crazy how that stuff still has an impact to this day.
Yeah.
Did you know this? This will bring me.
I mean, Portugal got Brazil. That's why they all speak Portuguese. What would you say? Is it Portuguese?
Jajas and Hughes.
Yeah, is that what that is?
Yeah. We call them Jajas in World of Warcraft because
that's how they type it.
If they laugh, they say ja 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 ja, and then you don't invite them to groups. It's really bad.
But that giveaway.
Yeah, like legitimately. Well, there's like when we do sale runs and stuff like that, we have like servers that are just blacklisted because the servers just like are straight Portuguese, like straight Brazilians.
Yeah, bye. No, thank you.
And they like. I don't know what it is, but like it's night and day difference. Like the best, like I've in my 14 years of playing or whatever, I've ran into one Brazilian that was actually good at the game.
Oh, really? Oh,
literally.
okay, cool.
All of them suck cock and
I
balls.
wonder why.
I guess so. Like I talked to like somebody about it, and it's just like because Brazil doesn't take like gaming serious.
Oh, okay.
So
it's a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing, and it was a big thing with League of Legends too when it got like brought over there, and like people started doing decent.
Yeah,
that's what kind of like changed the culture around, and they started like being a little bit better at video games and shit.
It is crazy to think about how all these European countries just took over the world. I mean, but the number one obviously is Great Britain.
Yeah,
they took over fucking everything.
Yeah, I mean, also like if you think about it, technically, like fucking like the Middle East took over so much shit too.
Yeah, I don't really know as much about that one.
I mean, you think about like Alexander the Great and shit.
Yeah, is he Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
You think of
is he from Egypt? Alexander the Great?
No, it's like somewhere. It was.
I literally don't
Mesopotamia.
know. Okay.
Which is just like you don't know what that is because it's not a place anymore.
Right.
Or like who did the Spartans fight?
The Persians.
The Persians. Persia's like not a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's just like Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's nuts how much.
Oh, and then like the what the fuck, the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah,
that's gone. But you know, it's fun. It's always a fun little. For a while before, people used to say like Oxford is older than the Ottoman Empire, and then like the last time the Cubs won the World Series, the Ottoman Empire was still around. Yeah. Like they used to say that shit all the time. Now the Cubs have won, and since then.
That's odd.
So you lost that joke.
That's really goofy.
It is.
Did you know that like high-end Russians also speak French?
High-end Russians.
Like
rich Russians, like one percenters?
Yeah, what did you call that? Like high class.
High class?
Yeah.
Speak French?
Speak like fluent French.
Why?
I don't know. That's just and like that's a big thing. I learned that because a new thing that I've been getting into is like chess pros. Because that TSM guy got signed.
I keep seeing TSM chess player, but I don't give a shit. But I just keep seeing posts about it.
I didn't realize how good that guy actually is. I knew like
I don't know what that means.
I knew
like,
that
I don't know
TSM like picked up like a good player.
Yeah,
he's been the second best player for like 20 years.
Oh, really?
And the person that's better than him,
Yeah, Magnus
Carlsen.
Yeah.
The best player. Like, people are like, they're like, oh, it's debated. But the guy, since he's been 13,
He's been the best
beat the best player in the world at 13.
Yeah.
And just since, I didn't realize this, is like, I knew that he was good. I didn't realize how good. He lost 2 weeks ago. He lost for the first time in 2 years. He's played 125 matches without losing.
Really?
Yes.
No, well, like competitive matches?
Yes.
Because I've seen him. I've watched like he'll do chess.com like everybody, and I've seen him lose matches like on that.
Yeah, but like competitive, like
actual,
classic chess.
Yeah.
He hasn't won. He hasn't lost in 125 games.
No, that's pretty cool.
And for the last 2 years, I mean,
is he still debatably like the highest ranked one?
He's by far he's not by far. I think he's ahead of. So like it's an ELO system.
Yeah, I know how it works.
He's 50 points ahead of
The next closest.
Karu or whatever. The TSM.
That is cool that chess was pretty much the first ELO system.
Yes.
Right?
And it's been that way for
Forever.
like since like
The dawn of time.
1800s.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
1700s.
I wonder, is that how all ELO systems work? Is it just, like it's just based off of like
The matches who you've won against. Is pretty much what.
So is it just like chess invented like the modern ELO system for ranking in video games and like
I'm guessing it was
they
based
just like
around that. I
and
mean,
they just-
obviously ELO systems.
yeah, like they have to change per game probably. I don't know the exact.
Because like League is a weird one. World of Warcraft is definitely like based off of it.
Yeah.
So World of Warcraft, literally
I mean, League used to be like that.
and metaphorically, it's like around the same thing because it's even like around the same numbers. So like Magnus Carlsen is like 2950, and that's like a high rating in
League
World of Warcraft.
still has like a hidden number
Yeah,
that is like used in the same way.
But yeah, so like I've been watching videos on that all day.
Before everybody got into chess because of I don't know, chess has just been big on Twitch lately. There was like a 3-week period where I was just watching what is his name?
Magnus Carlsen.
I would just watch him every day. Watch him play against people.
He's like since
I don't understand anything that he does, but it's really interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's like some of the shit. I guess it's not that bad. Like it's not that crazy to like other grandmasters and shit. But like he was on 60 Minutes like a long time ago.
Yeah,
and they were like showing clips of him at like 16, 13 or something like that, and he was playing 10 people at once and beat all 10 people.
Yeah, I seen that one.
And wasn't allowed to look at the board.
No, yeah, he was blindfolded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he was blindfolded the whole time, and I guess he was just like told what move they made.
Yes.
But he could remember, he retained everybody's board
Which
position.
is like a normal thing, I guess.
That's normal?
Because also Hikaru, like TSM, he did that against like 2 grandmaster chess players.
It probably like
it's normal, but it's like, I mean,
it's probably crazy to us because it's the idea is we don't actually understand necessarily.
I don't even understand the movements.
We don't understand. You don't even know how to play chess?
Not really. I mean, so like the pawns can move 2 forward or 1 forward, right?
They can do both, but depending on what.
Yeah. They can only move forward or backwards.
Your first move, no, they can only move forward.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Pawns can only move forward.
And you press
on your very first move, they can move 2 spaces. But you can choose to move 1. After that, you can only move 1.
Okay.
They can't attack forward. They have to attack diagonally.
Oh.
So you can't if pawns come straight at each other, they're stuck. They have to I don't know, is it take a piece by going.
And that's how you kind of like press your defenses upwards.
I mean, sword, yeah.
Okay, then that's starting to make more sense.
And then you have the back line.
There's the bishop.
Let's go all the way. We'll work outside in.
Okay, so I don't know what's
you have castles.
Castle. I know those can move all the way forward and all the way to the sides.
Yes. Then you have, I think it's bishop is next.
That's diagonals.
Yeah, same thing, but diagonal is also any direction like that. You can forward. Yeah. Then you have the knight. The
knight is 3 forward and 1 to the side, right?
So they have 2 different positions that they can choose.
Like L shape.
Essentially, they always move in an L shape, but it's like the way it is. It's either 2 up and
3 to the side.
It's like 1 2
and then
1 2
1 2
1 2 over. or it's 1, 2, 3, and then two over, or one over in either direction.
Yeah. So, I guess I don't know how the queen and king move. They can move however.
The queen can move any position. Essentially, the queen can move like a rook and a bishop combined.
Okay.
And anywhere they want. Mm-hmm. The king can move also in that same mindset, but only one space.
Okay.
And that's the game. And to get a person in check means that you have to move your
king, otherwise,
or you're gonna lose.
Killed.
And when you're in check, you have to move out it.
Mm-hmm. And then because then you just give it.
And then in checkmate, like the king has no possible moves. You just like lose.
Yes.
As a kid, I never knew how to checkmate people. Couldn't figure it out.
Just go to draws.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I've been watching. I haven't known much. Like I kind of understood the movements of chess. I've never played a game of chess.
No.
Not in modern memory. But I've been just so entranced by.
So the back to the grandmasters remembering the. So to us, you just learned essentially. You knew the moves, but not really. Mm-hmm. And to me, like I understand how to play chess, but I don't understand the strategy to it.
Yes.
Every piece being moved essentially changes the board state about like all the possibilities. Mm-hmm. And when you're at that high level, you kind of like think of all the possibilities from each board state. So it's kind of like no matter where the pieces are, that board state has ran through your mind already.
Yes.
So when you are playing 10 games, you kind of, although like you haven't played these people before, the board you've been in a situation where the board state is, so you can remember. You're like, oh, I know where this one is because I've been in the it's just like,
and it's not even like the crazy thing is like that moving that piece doesn't even guarantee that you're like that's the best move.
Yeah.
It just that movement has the highest probability of winning, which is so crazy to me because even though like you can make the best possible move, it's like, oh, you have like a 98% chance of winning.
I think the best way I can explain it is, let's say you are driving somewhere and you're taking a route to a place.
Yeah.
And you've done it 100 times. It's kind of like second nature.
Yes.
Like there might be like a couple, there might be like a 3 or 4 ways to get to the destination, but you try to get the most efficient way there.
And the amount that they research it is that they like, because there's openings and there's endings. Like there's like they're so like in tune with that like they know.
I don't know. I just understand this in theory. I literally don't know what a good opening is. I don't understand. Like when pieces are in a certain board state.
I know probably as much as you. Except for you confirmed like the movements.
Yeah, I literally do not understand that. And I watched a lot of chess videos. Does not help.
I guess maybe playing it would be better. But the big thing it's just like it's so crazy that like we're living. I mean, I guess it makes sense because people are getting smarter and like better all the time. But it's crazy that like I guess like this, I didn't realize how unlucky that this TSM Hikaru guy is, because like if like people say that like if he was in any other era, he'd be a world champion, like a multiple-time world champion. But he's in an era with Magnus Carlsen, which is just like nuts.
What was it? That's sort of like the NBA to a certain extent. There's so much talent in the NBA right now, but they all have to go through LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's nuts.
Like that's essentially why Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
That's like,
I mean, because like I don't know, it's so annoying when people are like, "Oh, Kevin Durant would get hurt," and it's like you're telling me that strength and conditioning has taken steps back in the last 20 years,
and also like people have gotten worse at basketball with all the knowledge that already pre-exists.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense because
And also, we have the math to back up now that, hey, guess what? If you can make the 3, you're going to take that shot every time. Yes. It's not just like ever since the 3-point existed, people thought it was like a bad shot, like a low efficient shot.
Yes.
And honestly, until like the Golden State Warriors, that's how people saw basketball.
I say this. I'd say that Steph Curry is a top 3 most influential player.
Yeah, he's up there with Shaq in terms of like game changer.
Shaq, Michael Jordan, yeah. So like, I mean, it comes down to, right, like the comparing the eras. It's like, it's insane to me to think that anybody, like, the thing that pisses me off.
What is the time?
54 minutes. The thing.
Damn. Okay.
The thing that pisses me off the most is when people are like, LeBron James would get killed in the era. No. You can give me the GOAT conversation, and I'd accept that more if you never use the comparing them playing together. Like, tell me this. Like, if this goes for anybody, if you're trying to like convince me that Michael Jordan's better than LeBron, bring up the innovative part. Like the
in
fact
terms
that
of like how nobody before him played the game the way he played.
Yes, and then okay, that's fine.
But like when you start talking about if they were in their primes, them playing 1-on-1 right now.
Yes.
With 20 years difference of
not
like
even in the primes, like if you tell me anything along the lines of like LeBron James, wouldn't win the championship in Michael Jordan's era, I'm going to spit in your face. Like literally, metaphorically, everything. Hypothetically, like I'm going to spit in your fucking face.
Did you see Nick Wright on he was on, you know who Nick Wright is? He's like a big LeBron guy.
Annoying fuck.
No, you like him.
I'd like him sometimes, but he also says some dumb fucking shit.
You liked him for a while.
A lot of people say dumb. I don't like any of those because they're just shock factors.
I know. Like that's what that industry is. Is just like kind of just get headlines and everybody knows sports media is kind of like a little. It's like fluff.
Yeah.
But I eat it up. I just accept like what it is. It's just like It's the same as people talking about like The Bachelor. Mm-hmm. Like The Bachelor is essentially like a league of guys, and you're like an NBA league, right?
I don't know where you're going with this metaphor at all.
It's people think basketball isn't like nerdy and like fucking they think it's like cool.
The dorkiest person I know is Tyler Ryan.
Essentially, and it's because all these players talk, or like all these people, all these personalities talk about it. All like the sports analysts, and they really like they talk about it in such a way where it almost takes like the cool factor away from it.
100%.
And that's sort of kind of like what The Bachelor is too. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know shit about The Bachelor, so I guess
I don't think I can make the point. Anyways, I'll go back to the Nick Wright thing. He was talking about, man, he's essentially baiting somebody. Mm-hmm. I forget. I'm sure the media personality is like, the media personality was I don't know the name, but he was like, man, Jimmy Butler losing in like, he has a finals loss, like,
oh.
This is probably the worst possible outcome for like his legacy, and like like I've seen this. The worst possible outcome for his legacy. Like Giannis came out like losing in like the second round. Like for his legacy, he's like untouched. Yeah. Because when you compare LeBron and Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan's undefeated in the finals, but like LeBron has like what is it, 4 losses?
Yeah. And fucking Michael Jordan has like 6 first-round losses.
Right. He made the point obviously significantly better, but it's fun. Yes. It's fun when like you compare.
And it's these fucking dorks that never played fucking sports in their life that always say that shit. Which this weekend, talking to my brother, who's also a like person that played football at a pretty decent level, and like understands the game. He also backed me against those fucking dorks that were trying to say that running the football on the 1 yard line was just the wrong move.
We just during the Packer game, they just did that.
Yeah.
The Houston, literally the exact same situation came on. Houston was on the 1 yard line because the Packers recovered the punt right there,
and they ran.
And on the first play, they didn't gain anything, but they didn't throw it. They ran it to try to like give themselves some.
Mm-hmm. Second play they threw it, but
like
out of pistol. Which is,
but like literally their first, like that exact situation came up
because it's the best option,
right?
Statistically, you're going to gain 0 to 4 yards.
Is that what you thought of it? Because we just saw that happen.
Well, because my brother,
I thought of that
because when it happened, I was like, "Hey, you want to hear what some dorks that never played football said one time?" And then I told them that the exact same.
Yeah, I thought as soon as I saw the play, I was like, I know they're running it here because we just talked about it.
Yeah. And they were so like no, 10 times out of 10, every football coach is, which, don't get me wrong, Mike McCarthy fucking blows cock, and it's coming out.
Everybody here in Wisconsin knew that.
Yes.
Him going to Dallas, like, I was like, great, I fucking hate Dallas. Cool.
I never understood the hate for Dallas. I get it because so many people are fans of
How
him.
do you not hate it?
But like the thing that makes me laugh now is because Tim the Tan Man's such a big Dallas fan. Well, he made the tweet yesterday. He said, "Hey, since we're playing the Washington football team, I can say without a doubt that we will come out with a win today." So
how do you not hate the Dallas Cowboys? They are the most obnoxious fans for having zero success in the past 30 years.
Yeah.
There's nobody more obnoxious in the NFL of fans than the Dallas Cowboys fans.
100%, yeah.
It's like without question. They've had the 90s. That is it. It has been 30 years. They have nothing. They have literally no playoff wins. They might have a playoff win.
The issue is
they've never seen a Super Bowl since the 90s.
Yeah, they fucking suck cock and balls.
I know. They're the fucking most obnoxious.
They're the worst team of all fucking time. Worst franchise in fucking NFL history.
Thank you.
And fuck Texas.
Thank you.
I hate Texas as much as I hate Spectrum.
Thank you.
And no, I just the thing is, I was so clouded from like living in Wisconsin. I think is what it is.
What do you mean?
Because we're so close to the enemy lines.
In terms of what? Like the
Bears and Vikings.
Oh, I've never. So that's where
constantly.
I never gave a shit about those rivalries. I always hated the
That's
Dallas
fine,
Cowboys more
but
than
there's
everything.
so many fans of them. You never ran into Bears fans?
Yeah, but they don't bother me as much
Like,
as Dallas Cowboy fans do.
Because back when I was like
Do you know why Dallas Cowboys fans bother me? Is that they prop up everywhere.
Yeah.
They like, okay, at least I can understand why you're a fan of like Minnesota or the Lions or the Bears is because you fucking came from those states around me. Dallas Cowboy fans are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And if I go more specific, I'll be racist, but I can't.
Yeah. But if you do go to the ghetto, you're more than likely running into an Oakland Raiders fan because they just have the best outfits.
Yeah.
Like by far.
Yeah, black and white is the best.
It goes with everything.
It's the best color scheme.
Like you can throw whatever fucking dope ass shoes with it, and it's just like the best. But so I think that why it never bothered you as much is because although you were probably like a Packer fan, and on like game days or Mondays after like a win, you might wear like a Green Bay Packer like shirt or something. When I was in elementary school, you have to realize I was a die-hard Green Bay fan.
Yeah, I know.
Like when I checked,
I
like
bleed,
you
I
had to
bleed
go,
green and yellow, baby.
I did. Like they cut me open one time straight up. They had a fucking power.
It's
power
the worst.
wash to
It's the worst colors scheme
by far,
without question. Don't change them.
Two of my don't change them. But two of probably my least. Yellow's my least favorite color, and green's probably bottom 5, bottom 4.
I do like green, but not the green that we have.
I could see you liking green,
but like the green we have is fucking.
I think I hate green more than most people. Because like a lot of people like green.
Let me say this about black people. When we had it, I like when they support the Green Bay Packers in our state.
It makes me feel cool.
Because for whatever reason, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Black people will just pick a team and that's their team.
Yeah.
It has no affiliation with anything. Yeah. One day they'll just decide this is my team and I'll root for them for the rest of my life.
100%.
And you go like, why is this your team? He goes, I don't know. I just like it. That's essentially like every black person.
Like that.
And when
I have noticed that too, though.
I don't know why.
And they're diehard too.
They're always diehard for their team.
Yeah.
The reason basically doesn't exist.
Which to think about like
they just pick a team.
Imagine them being fans in like the early 2000s and stuff. Like, you know how hard it was to be a black person in the early 2000s and trying to pick your team? Because it's not like you could just go to Walmart and buy like a San Francisco 49ers jersey.
Without Amazon?
Yeah, how were they buying jerseys?
There's like Dick's Sporting Goods that exists.
It's so hard to be a black man
in early 2000s without Amazon.
When you were a fan of a different team.
But yeah, when
they were so oppressed.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
When they root for the Packers, I'm like, thank you.
Yes. Oh, like when I found out that Lil Wayne was a Packer fan.
And also, why is he a Packer fan?
I tweeted those lyrics every day.
Why is he a Packer fan?
I don't know.
Who knows? It doesn't matter. He's not from Wisconsin. That's his team.
Because the Saints, like, Dude, New
They're
Orleans
like-
is huge on like, you live in New Orleans, you're a Saints fan.
Yeah.
Or else we beat your fucking ass.
I know. It
But-
doesn't make sense.
but you would die for green and gold. But yeah,
It doesn't make sense to me.
back
And
to
if
what
you're
I-
Mexican, you like the Dallas Cowboys. All right.
Yeah, always.
We're out of here.
Wait, I didn't finish.
I made everybody angry. That's what I was.
I always had this target on my back though, because I like, if you went to the, like, you'd get Harry Potter when you went there. Mine would be like the life and times of fucking Bart Starr and shit. So like, these people, like teachers, even,
You would get books of fucking Bart Starr.
of like football like players, like anything, like all that shit, and I knew everything. Like I was big on knowledge of football at that time. And teachers, because like there would be a lot of teachers that are like Vikings or Bears fans, they'd see that target and they'd like talk dude, these fucking 32-year-olds were talking shit to 7-year-old me, and I'm over there fucking throwing haymakers at them though. I whooped 32-year-old's ass. But yeah.
All right,
yeah,
let's wrap up. I'm out of here. Did we make the time?
No.
What's the time?
105.
Good night, everybody.